Hello friends, welcome to With My Plan. Today we are going to understand the biological classification. Now what is biological classification? Biological classification includes the whole arrangement of living organisms. That means they have been divided in groups, and those groups are on the basis of their characters, their morphology, anatomy, their evolutionary relationships, etc. Let's see. So biological classification has evolved significantly since ancient times, and number of scientists are there. They have attempted to classify those these living organisms in different groups on the basis of their different characteristics. The first scientist who initiated this work is Aristotle. Aristotle, based on the simple morphological characters, classified the living organisms. Okay, so on the basis of the morphological characters, he classified. Then next came Linnaeus, and he proposed a two kingdom system, but this was very inadequate due to lacking of distinction between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, unicellular and multicellular, photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms, etc. Next came Dr. R.H. Whittaker, who proposed five kingdom classification, which is the most accepted classification till date. After that, six kingdom classification also there, but it was not that accepted as in case of this five kingdom classification. And in between also number of scientists were there who attempted the classifying these living organism in on the basis of different characteristics. Now, on the basis of this five kingdom classification proposed by Whittaker, the whole organisms are divided in five groups. One is kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae, kingdom Animalia. Let's see in brief how they are different from each other. Now, first kingdom is kingdom Monera, which includes bacteria. Bacteria can be eubacteria, can be archibacteria. There are different groups, all are coming under kingdom Monera, and these are microorganisms abundant in various habitats, and they show different diverse metabolic abilities. And archibacteria are very unique because they can survive in extreme environments like hot spring and salty areas. They can survive up to 100 degrees celsius or more than 100 degrees celsius, you can say, and extreme conditions they can survive. One example is your cyanobacteria. Okay. Next is kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista can have different characters, and they are can be divided. They can be divided in many groups, such as chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. So, chrysophytes are basically including diatoms and golden algae, and they are aquatic and photosynthetic. They are aquatic and photosynthetic. Then dinoflagellates are mostly marine, and they are having photosynthetic ability, and they are basically having flagella. That means they can move. Okay. Now next is your euglenoids. Euglenoids are also aquatic, but they are freshwater organism, and they have also flagella, and they can photosynthesize. Now slime molds are a bit different. They are saprophytic. They are basically um, feeding on dead organisms, and they form aggregations. They present in group basically, and they produce resistant spore, meaning they are having spores which are resistant to extreme conditions. Okay. Next is your protozoans. These are also heterotrophic, and they are not autotrophic. That means they are not having photosynthetic ability, and and they have a locomotion mechanism. That means they are highly mobile. They can move. Now coming to kingdom fungi. Kingdom fungi are having specific characteristics. They are having basically the hyphae. Hyphae are basically thread-like structures, and they are present in the fungus body. And when these hyphae are forming network among themselves, they are called as mycelium. Okay. And they are basically saprophytic. That means they obtain nutrients from dead organic matters or dead bodies. Then they are also parasites. They can feed on living organism or living host. Fungi obtaining nutrient from living host are called as parasites or parasitic fungus. And if we see the reproduction, they can reproduce sexually as well as asexually. Asexually, they are reproducing through spores called as conidia, and sexual reproduction is through gamete fusion. Okay, gamete fusion. Now coming to kingdom plantae. Kingdom plantae is having special characteristics such as they are high or they are autotrophic, and they are having cell wall. Okay, so containing chlorophyll containing organisms include algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperm and angiosperm. It's a different group of kingdom plantae. Then yes, they are having alternation of generation. That means the life cycle of members of kingdom plantae are having two phases. One is haploid phases, another is diploid phase. We will take a different unique class for this alteration of generation. So this is all about the kingdom plantae. Now coming to the kingdom animalia. Kingdom animalia are heterotrophic, and the unique character is or different characters from kingdom plantae is that this is not having cell wall. Okay, and these are holozoic nutrition. That means they are not autotrophic, and they have to ingest food for nutrition. Okay, and reproduction, if we say is see, they are mostly sexual reproduction is there, and sexual reproduction involving copulation and embryological development. If we see the phylogenetic relationship, the kingdom monera, protista and fungi, they are not developing any embryo. uh, and if we see kingdom plantae, some members of kingdom plantae is having or producing embryo, some are not. But in kingdom animalia, all members are producing or developing embryo. Okay, now coming to another group which is different from all these five groups, that is virus, viroids and lichens. Viruses are known as the intermediate between living and non-living organisms. This is very important question. Viruses are intermediate between living and non-living organism. These viruses are having two parts. One is the genetic material, and another is the protein body or protein coat, you can say. Okay, so this genetic material can be RNA or DNA, and these viruses can cause disease. Okay, they can cause disease. Recently we faced a great problem because of these viruses, that is the COVID 19, right? It was a virus, coronavirus we call. Next is the viroids. Viroids are similar as viruses. They are smaller than viruses actually, but and also the difference is that they are not having any protein code. They are just free RNA. Okay. Next is lichen. Lichen are a combination of fungi and algae. So algae and fungi, they associate symbiotic association, through symbiotic association, and they the algae provide the food and the fungus provide the shelter and absorption of nutrient. This is how they form lichen. So this is all about the biological classification and brief about the classification. This is all about today's class. We will go through each kingdom and understand the characteristics of those. Thank you.